Hello guys, I'm on this channel today. I just watched the Shawshank Redemption for the very first time. It was not planned, and I wanted to stop and talk about it. So today we are going to review it. It's going to be just a solo movie review, so not much to say, but let's get into it. But I got some stuff coming with air-related stuff, so that means Ben Affleck movies ranked, maybe some Ben Affleck movie reviews. Might choose one or two, so yeah, be on the lookout for that. Starting off what this movie's about, we have this guy named Andrew Dufresne, something like that. And he gets wrongly convicted of a crime murdering his wife and his wife's lover, and gets sent to this Shawshank prison for life, or 2 lives, whatever the judge says, or let's just say it's a life sentence. And pretty much he wants to try to get out, but also sort of living in it and sort of improving the place, kind of shaping it around here a bit, and befriending Morgan Freeman, his plays his character, or Ella something, or they call him Red or for some reason, and then he pretty much just makes friends, kind of gets his way up there a bit, and then eventually he is just trying to escape, but also live in the prison, sort of just and trying to live his life. He just always has this goal to want to live his life and enjoy it. So, and that's kind of what's moving about the movie. Not only the good, and it's obvious what makes this movie great. The acting from both Morgan Freeman and Tim Robbins is just fantastic. Just they played these characters, and there's so many, like, all the scenes where we're having conversations, having fun, enjoying sort of their time in prison. There are just so many great moments. There's so many emotional moments here, and they all hit hard, and they're all fantastic. And I just thought this movie was fantastic. We were just sitting in our new basement movie theater room, and it was just like a great watch, because like there's so many emotional scenes. Like I don't want to say I fully teared up, but sometimes I basically did. Like there are like 3 scenes in particular, and by the time you get to the end, it's a movie like it's just so satisfying. By the end, you have this sort of like you're kind of in happy tears in the end of it, because like you see the journey that these characters went on for. The movie doesn't feel like it's not that long, but like I mean it feels pretty long, but like you feel like you went on this journey with these characters, and that's really what this movie puts you through. And like seeing them go throughout prison, and then like sort of not exactly become running the place, but they're apparently like innocent, and then you see them kind of shaping the place a bit, where Andy's building like these chess pieces out of rocks. He has this sort of obsession with that, and you sort of see that throughout it, and then you just see everything kind of just going on through this prison. And overall it's just interesting, and I think it just works out so well. I thought it was a very good movie. There's some funny moments when there has to be this sad moments to ask me, and this movie's kind of perfectly put there. And when this movie came out, I heard it didn't get much interest until like it got hit on the IMDb top 15, and then it got like number 2 or something, or number 1 ahead of The Godfather. So like that just goes to show how good this movie is. The 1994 was a fantastic year for movies, and when you got 3 movies that could have all won Best Picture, and they're all fantastic. Pulp Fiction, Forrest Gump, and this, like, great year of movies. You also got The Lion King, and there's one other movie that was fantastic from this year. I'm blanking on it, but that's okay. So yeah, I had a good time with it. There's some moments there's some moments that just make you happy, that make you there's the happy, there's the sad. This movie kind of goes through a whole spectrum of emotions, and I think it just works as you see. And then there's some also I think the most emotional thing about this is as you realize that being in prison essentially like it takes your life away practically, because like when this the old guy Brooks went out to live, you see him, and then he's like he just doesn't like it. He kind of wants to go back. He didn't want to leave prison because he was like, it's not even that he was like happy there. It's just like he doesn't know what society was even like today. And when you think about it, it just kind of brings like a tear to my eyes, sort of. So it just works perfectly. Like everything about it was just great. There were so many memorable scenes, and I was sitting there, even though it was and I was just there the entire time. I was with these. You feel so much like you're with these characters on this journey through in this prison. So like, and that's what makes it so perfect. And I thought it was just fantastic. There's no scene I would cut from it. And everything just worked here. And then when you get to like the last 30, 40 minutes when well, spoiler alert if you haven't seen the movie, but when Andy escapes the prison, you're just so happy, and like just you just feel for him, and then he goes down to Mexico to live peacefully, and then you see, and then the whole bit where Red comes down and then gives him the hug, and you're just happy tears in my eyes, like, and it's just fantastic way. This movie might have one of the best ending scenes I think ever, and overall, and that's competing with movies like The Godfather Part 2, Return of the Jedi, and I'll keep others. There's others I can throw into mind, but the ending scene here just worked perfectly. I absolutely loved it. This movie, I thought it was fantastic. There were so many great scenes in it, and all the characters were memorable. You got a good cast with you got obviously Morgan Freeman and Tim Robbins starring. You also got William Sadler. I can't think of the warden's name. I'll just look it up fast. Bob Gudden. Bob Gudden. You also got let me see if there's any other big names here. Oh, not as many as I thought there were. I don't know. Overall, the movie's just amazing. If you haven't seen this one, go check it out. It's fairly heavy, but it's not like it's easier to sit through than like some of the other IMDb top 15 movies. Like, for example, I'd say it's easier to sit through than like The Godfather, for example. And even though I absolutely love The Godfather, and probably more than this, which I should review it, I thought this movie was fantastic. I absolutely thought it was amazing. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's on HBO Max. And yeah, for this movie's final score, I'm tempted to give it a 10 out of 10, technically speaking, but that means putting it ahead of, that means it's ahead of Rocky, it's ahead of, you know what, fine. I'm going to give it like a 10 out of 10. I thought it was absolutely amazing. I think this is probably the only other instance outside of Goodfellas where I think I've seen a movie and saw it and then just shot up into my rankings in like top 20. Yeah, that happened to Goodfellas, that happened to Braveheart, that happened to The Godfather, but not quite as much. And Forrest Gump as well, and Hacksaw Ridge, other movies too. But I think this one also as well on par with those. And yeah, so that's about it. I thought it was a fantastic movie. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment down below, and see you guys next time. Adios.